Well, one thing that I want to point out is they're making this about you. They're making you talk about yourself. I honestly doubt, Alex, that you would have ever uttered the words Sandy Hook over the past probably 3 or 4 years had it not been for all these lawsuits, had it not been for all these false quotes that they attribute to you and false actions that they attribute to you. That's not Alex Jones. That's them. They're the ones dragging them into this over and over and over again, putting the parents through trauma over and over and over again. That is completely the left, nothing to do with InfoWars. And the people defending against the bully, that's not another bully. That's a hero. That is the hero who comes in to protect the weak children. So when we defend ourselves, when we say, well, you know what? I'm not going to buy Roku. I'm not going to use Roku. It's gone. Because of that, that makes a big difference. I think what this is a brilliant example of how the left wing marches in lockstep with their allies in the media. I'm convinced we had lots of downloads on the app. The guy who made it talked to me. He said there were thousands of downloads on day one. It was extremely successful with no marketing. But I'm convinced that the left stalks you, Alex. I think they've been watching you. They have a Google alert set up. They found out about this app and they called in all of their allies because it was every single outlet, from the Daily Beast to the Huffington Post to the New York Times to the Washington Post, all within a couple hours. Before anybody on the right even knew about this app, we had the left rioting in the streets practically, saying that Alex Jones needs to be pulled off Roku. So I think the real interesting thing here is they played their card a little too strong. They showed their hand, I think. We now know that this is all about censoring you. It's all about economically strangling InfoWars. There's no grassroots movement. There's no people that are concerned you're profiting off the lives of dead children. That's all just a fictitious nonsense that the leftist media created so they could have an excuse to go after you, which is, I think, what this is all about. Well, one thing that I want to point out is they're making this about you. They're making you talk about yourself. I honestly doubt, Alex, that you would have ever uttered the words Sandy Hook over the past probably 3 or 4 years had it not been for all these lawsuits, had it not been for all these false quotes that they attribute to you and false actions that they attribute to you. That's not Alex Jones. That's them. They're the ones dragging them into this over and over and over again, putting the parents through trauma over and over and over again. That is completely the left, nothing to do with InfoWars. Now, as far as some kind of way to get out of this, I think I spoke to the creator of the app last night, interviewed him on my show, and I think he's right when he says two different approaches. One, we need to get distributed. The blockchain is great. We need to start, if we're not going to be totally active on these new social media networks, maybe we just form a presence on there and pop in every so often. Be distributed. Don't make it so they can shut you down in one place. And then the other thing is conservatives have got to get angry because Roku first said, we believe in the First Amendment. We believe Alex Jones has a right to speak. We're not going to get into the business of violating the First Amendment. That was Roku's original statement. They actually put that out on Twitter and later deleted it after the leftist mob came to attack them. And you see, all of this is just fear of the leftist mob. They're afraid that the Huffington Post is going to go and contact all of their advertisers and say, don't buy any more ads on Roku because they support Alex Jones, which means they think kids should die. And the people defending against the bully, that's not another bully. That's a hero. That is the hero who comes in to protect the weak children. So when we defend ourselves, when we say, well, you know what? I'm not going to buy Roku. I'm not going to use Roku. It's gone. Because of that, that makes a big difference. I think it does, at least, because that's all the fear is here. It's all money to Roku. I think this is the first example where this hasn't been ideology. Obviously, Tim Cook at Apple hates your guts. Jack Dorsey at Twitter hates your guts. Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook hates your guts. But I think this is the first time where a company wanted to do the right thing, and they were so terrified, literally shaking in their boots, that they just said, okay, leftists, we'll do whatever you want. Get rid of Alex Jones, sure, okay. Yep, keep the Young Turks on the platform. You got it. Anything you want. Just don't go after our advertisers, please. We need the money, and we need to show them that conservatives, we're the ones who really have this money. I want to say one thing about local low-power TV. Like you said, all you need is an antenna. The average little tiny city. I live in Wichita, Kansas. Like 300,000 people living here. That's all. We have 80 channels you can get with an antenna. It's absolutely insane. And one of them, of course, is InfoWars TV, a 24/7 7 live TV network. Starts with David Knight in the morning, you in the midday, Owen Schroyer. It's, of course, got the weekend programming as well with Mike Adams. And it is possibly the most watched TV channel in this city at this point. I mean, I say that without a modicum of irony in me, because people are finding out about it. They're finding out that nobody's going to take it down unless there's some kind of grassroots campaign to boycott the TV station, and then they get scared. But we have something called the FCC that's going to protect you here. There's nobody like Tim Cook who's going to say, all right, no more Alex on this TV channel. Doesn't work that way. The government comes in, the government actually does its job and protects the freedom of speech on the public airwaves, which I think is why it's so crucial. Because just today, this morning, we wake up and we see now there's another article saying that you need to be banned from Facebook again. Nobody even knew you had anything left on Facebook. I know you've got the News Wars page. Paul Joseph Watson has some pages on there. And then, of course, there's a fan-made one that they attribute to you. The next step is going to be ban anybody who talks about Alex Jones, which I think is already happening in the algorithm. Anytime we write an article about you, Alex, if we put your face in it, the reach goes very far lower than what we expected. It's a viral-looking article. It's got Alex Jones in the headline. It should be everybody's favorite article of the day. I honestly believe if your face is in it, if your full name, Alex Jones, is in it, they're going to do what they can to take it back. So that's the next step. Anybody who even talks about Alex Jones, you're going to get a Snopes.com article underneath their comment saying, did you know this comment is fake news? Alex Jones hates kids. That's where we're heading with all this stuff. We have to ban anybody who even wants to defend you. And I think, again, the solution is to get away from these people. Maybe we just don't spend so much time on Facebook. Maybe instead of watching it on a Roku device, we get an antenna and watch you on channel 5.4 in Wichita, Kansas. There are lots of other ways we can fight these people economically. And the next thing I think we need to do is say, well, who's advertising on Roku? Who are they worried about losing? Well, maybe some of those people are companies that have conservative leanings. Maybe we need to start contacting them and say, hey, did you know that you're spending money with a company that is firmly anti-First Amendment? Can you defend that for me, please? Can you defend why your company supports demolishing the First Amendment? I don't know how these people will answer, and I think if enough conservatives demand an answer, they're going to be in trouble.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new year is here. And I personally, in the new year, am looking at all the great supplements and products at InfoWarsLife.com and saying, what do I need to take religiously that I'm forgetting to take, that lowers inflammation, that empowers all the cells in the body, that makes me healthier, better stamina, libido, energy? And it's these three babies. It's Body's Ultimate Turmeric Formula with 95% curcuminoid. Nobody else can top that. Top of the line in the nation. It's X3 that has all three of the good types of iodine together, including the deep earth crystal iodine. Because some people can't absorb that type, we put a little bit of the other two types and a tiny bit of vitamin C to stabilize it. And then Super Male and Super Female Vitality. Super Male Vitality's been our overall most successful product, neck and neck with Brain Force Plus. But because it's wildcrafted and it's a proprietary process, we weren't able to get it for long periods of time. And so I made the decision just to discontinue it and try to reformulate. But it's been very, very hard to do. So we're not discontinuing it because it's crap. We're discontinuing it because we can't get it. It may come back in the future, but right now we're just not able to bring it. It's our last run of it. Proprietary, amazing. It's at InfoWarsLife.com. InfoWarsStore.com is the umbrella site, or call toll-free 888-253-3139. Body's Turmeric Formula, and it's supercharged with other key ingredients that supercharge it, bring it to the next level. And then, of course, it's the X3. It's our final run of X2. We've secured the deep earth iodine, but I thought to make a better one with all three types and the vitamin C. So get your X2, get your X3, all at InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. And again, have a great New Year as we fight the globalists and restore the republic and freedom to the planet. Thank you all.